Being able to walk around the park is something Faith Carter doesn't take for granted.
I don't see any of the ducks. Oh, they're over here.
Less than 2 months ago, this 17-year-old was struggling just to breathe.
Like, I have really bad asthma. So every single year, as soon as the weather changes, like, I catch a cold. Like, it's inevitable. This year, that happened. But for some reason, no matter how much we were treating it with breathing treatments and Mucinex and all this medicine, I was just sitting at home and getting worse and worse and worse. And it literally got to the point where I couldn't walk, I couldn't breathe.
Faith, who also has diabetes, was rushed to Lawrence Small Children's Center and the Pediatric ER, where she was diagnosed with COVID pneumonia.
Any other respiratory virus, COVID, attacks the lungs first, and it causes copious amount of secretion. It's like drowning in their own secretions.
She was telling me that night was gonna decide whether I was gonna be like on a ventilator literally like the next day. And right then and there when she told me, she's like, well, when you're on the ventilator, you're not breathing on your own. So you're basically like, you know? And I was like, that absolutely like terrified me.
Faith came close to being intubated several times. Fortunately, it didn't happen, but she had other life-threatening complications.
She went into AFib, which is atrial fibrillation, which had caused her heart to pump slowly, and the rate became slow and irregular. We had to give her IV fluids and drips, and these med infusion pumps were also donated by Children's Miracle Network.
Faith spent 20 days in the pediatric intensive care unit without her mother after she too tested positive for COVID-19. But she was being cared for here at home instead of in a hospital far from home.
And like, I was literally terrified. Like, it was one of the scariest experiences of my life.
But the nurses and doctors at Lawrence Small Children's Center, using equipment purchased through CMN funds you have generously donated, helped Faith recover. And in early November, she was able to go home.
But yeah, the care there is like absolutely amazing. Not just the nurses, like the doctors, everyone. Like, I told them, I was like, maybe in like 6 months to a year, I'm gonna come back and visit everybody. So yeah, the care there is really amazing.